It's time to once again take a look at the biggest game trailers this week. We've got 8 to go over, so let's get right into this. Number 8, Hitman Game of the Year Edition trailer. Hitman is coming out with a Game of the Year Edition package with a new 4-mission campaign and other bonuses. If you already own a copy of the game, you can pick up the Game of the Year Edition upgrade for only $20. For those of you picking up the game for the first time, it will be a retail $60. Check out the Game of the Year Edition trailer. Number 7, Injustice 2 Hellboy gameplay reveal trailer. Injustice 2 has been an excellent fighting game, and the next guest character will be Hellboy, and it'll join NetherRealm's fighting game in November. Hellboy will be available to players who own the Injustice 2 Ultimate Edition, Injustice 2 Digital Deluxe Edition, Injustice 2 Ultimate Pack, or Fighter Pack 2 on November 14th. He'll be available to purchase for everyone else on November 21st. Have a look at the Hellboy gameplay reveal trailer.
I'll show you hellish hate.
Whatever you got, I've seen worse.
Give me your blood and rage. Let your rage flow.
I am so over this crap.
Number 6, Fortnitemares reveal trailer. Fortnite is getting a Halloween-themed mode dubbed Fortnitemares, a new PvE horde base mode. Fortnite has already been gaining a lot of traction since the Battle Royale mode, so this should keep the momentum rolling. Check out the trailer.
Just when we thought we had this world figured out, there's a whole new area filled with creeping terror! It's pretty scary, both hair-raising and spine-tingling. These new horrors are spreading, and it's up to you to stop them. To help you out, we've got some haunting new gear and heroes. Shoot it, stab it, or squash it. Just don't let those creeps win.
Number 5, Dreadnought PS4 Open Beta Trailer. Dreadnought has been in development for a very long time. Originally, we thought it was only going to be coming to PC, but then it was announced for PlayStation 4 as well. If you don't know what Dreadnought is, it has you assume the role of a captain of a large spacecraft and use projectile weapons to attack. You're able to choose between several classes of ships, each with drawbacks and advantages in categories like speed and size. They're massive, and it's really intended to give you the feeling of being a commander, not a rogue bounty hunter. We just saw a new PS4 Open Beta trailer, check it out.
Ground launch sequencer is go for auto sequence start.
Hangar 1 Dreadnought crew, get to your battle stations. Time to launch. T-minus 1 minute and counting.
Pre-ignition checks complete.
Give that primary module the once over.
Initialize primary firepower dry run. Roger that. Primary firepower dry run all good.
Hangar floor is clear. We're green for pre-ignition.
And fire it up.
Confirming. Hangar doors clear to unbolt.
Almost ready to launch,
Dreadnought. You're missing just one vital crew member.
Hangar bay doors opening.
Captain on the bridge.
Welcome on board, Captain. Your Dreadnought is prepped and ready for battle.
Disengage docking clamps and clear all doors.
On your order, Captain.
Number 4, Gears of War 4 Xbox One X Features Trailer. Gears of War 4 is one of the major titles that is receiving Xbox One X upgrades. It was already a very good game that looked and ran great, and expect that experience to get only better on the Xbox One X. Check out the features trailer.
If we don't stop these things, everyone within 1,000 miles dies.
Falling apart!
We're still not stopping! Go!
Take him out!
Number 3, Lost Sphear New Story Trailer. Lost Sphear is the latest game from Tokyo RPG Factory, the new studio from Square Enix that is making very nostalgic JRPG experiences. Their first game, I Am Setsuna, while not perfect, did set a good foundation for what the studio can do. Their next game is Lost Sphear, and it's shaping up very nicely. The new story trailer gives us more insight into the world. Check it out. Number 2, Sea of Thieves new alpha update trailer. Sea of Thieves has been one of the more anticipated Xbox One and Windows 10 titles. It's the latest game from Rare, and it really seems to be a return to form for them. The new alpha update gives us, would you think, an update on the state of the game. Have a look.
A bracing sea breeze and a mug of grog that could knock out a horse. What could be better? Actually, how about a new update to the Sea of Thieves technical alpha? That's right, pirates. Ready your crews and hoist your shovels to unearth some priceless new features. Since we started the Sea of Thieves technical alpha, thousands upon thousands of players have been adventuring on the waves, scouring shipwrecks and cryptic clues, and rising above their rivals to lay claim to eye-popping loot. And voyagers in this fantastical world will find their stories influenced by the other players who share it with them. So these are some of your new tools for richer interaction with pirates whose lives converge with yours. Non-verbal communications. There are plenty of reasons why a pirate might stay silent, like a mouthful of stolen jewels, or an intense outbreak of gingivitis. Whatever the reasoning of those who avoid voice chat, we're now offering a backup option in the form of good old-fashioned text. You can choose from a chest full of contextual phrases to send to your crew. So whether you're stepping up to take the wheel or brainstorming clues in clammy caves, you can make sure your crewmates know what's what. The Brig. The crews that make legends are those that bond and fight together, but sometimes you'll get a rogue who upsets the balance. Now, you might say that mutinous dogs are just part of the pirate life, but we believe in the pirate code. If you've got a serial troublemaker on your ship, you can now vote to banish them to the brig, where they'll stay until the remaining crew members decide they've served their time. And if you do end up in the brig yourself, you can still speak to your crew and try to justify your filthy misdeeds. Better make it convincing. You'll need a unanimous vote to get out. Scuttling. There may be times in Sea of Thieves when your real-world rivals are proving too hard to shake off, or the odds that you're facing seem insurmountable. Should you feel that things have reached the point of no return, you and your crew can elect to sink your own ship, known as scuttling. As your beloved vessel sinks tragically into the sea's cold embrace, it's fine, you'll get over the guilt eventually, you can think about summoning the mermaid to try and salvage it in a safer location and get back to your voyage. The small ship. Helping to fulfill the piratical fantasies of those who would rather go it alone is the option of heading into open waters on a smaller ship. You'll still have to manage similar features to the large ship, but as this one was designed for a reduced crew, sailing is simplified with a wheel that needs fewer turns, a capstan that's easier to raise, and a sail that keeps the view ahead clear. With only 2 cannons on board, the small ship lacks the destructive force of the large ship, but makes up for it in agility. You'll be able to turn tighter circles at speed, letting you outmaneuver bulky rivals and give them a broadside where it hurts. If it doesn't work out, swing the prow around and run for it. Bravely, of course. These and other features are available to players now, with plenty more to come. The release notes are available in our forums, and if you want to get in on the action, join our Insider program at www.seaofthieves.com/insider for your chance to play before launch in early 2018. And now, time to go! I reckon once I've explained that I didn't mean to chuck all the treasure in the sea, they'll let me out of here. Surely.
And finally, number 1, Kingdom Come Deliverance Combat Features Trailer. Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of the highly anticipated upcoming RPGs, and a lot of work is being put into the combat mechanics of the game. It's highly accurate of the time period, and the new combat features trailer goes over just how much depth is being put in towards the combat. Check it out.
Hello and welcome to this huge film armory with thousands of weapons and armors from movies like Narnia or Hellboy. It's the only publicly accessible movie armory in Europe, where we are going to show you the weapons and combat system of Kingdom Come Deliverance. When designing the combat, our goal was to create immersive, sophisticated first-person melee system that would be as close to reality as possible, while still as easy to control as any first-person shooter.
Our combat is based on physics, which means that swords clash and slide along the armor. Every hit has proper physical reaction, and we detect more than 30 target zones on every character with 4 layers of armor.
It's also very complex. You can perform 3 types of attacks: slash, stab, kick, and you can attack 5 different directions: head, left and right upper body, and left and right lower body.
On top of that, we have special techniques. Introducing special situational combat techniques into a video game was not an easy task, because you have limited controls, limited field of view, limited knowledge of your surroundings. So we came up with combos. And it works like in your typical fighting game. If you chain particle strikes, you can weaken the enemy and then finish him with special attack. We wanted to let you try and fight with almost every common weapon that was used back then. Axe, or mace, is heavy. It's short, slow, quite bad at defense, but very practical in armored fight. Sword, on the other hand, is an all-purpose combat tool, but a good sword was quite expensive.
You can see how effective it is in our other video.
In medieval times, you never go wrong if you bring a shield with you to the battlefield, or something long enough to keep the enemy at a distance.
Fighting an opponent in armor is like fighting a tank. Check out our other video where we tested how much medieval armor could withstand. A lot. So when you fight with armored opponent, the most important stat is your and opponent's stamina. When it's low, attacks are weaker, block could be broken, and opponent could be easily finished, just like in the real world. Stamina is also lowered by low health, bleeding, or when your character is tired or hungry. So you better prepare, eat and sleep well before you get into a fight. And I'm not joking.
It's very important to move around the enemy and strike from the direction he doesn't expect it. That's why we have directional attacks. First, you want to strike the bad guy where his armor is weakest. With every strike, you also damage his armor, so it's a good strategy to attack repeatedly from one direction. However, the enemy will anticipate that and cover the area with his sword or shield. You can exploit it and change the attack zone at the last moment to trick him. The blocking is an important game mechanism. You can just parry the attacks by holding the button, but it won't last long, as blocking this way will cost you a lot of stamina. So what you want to do is to time your blocks into enemy attacks, lead the strikes away and counter-attack immediately. The very new feature of the game is unarmed combat, because sometimes you don't want to hurt someone too much. Throughout the game, you can also learn special techniques that allow you to strike back even during the parry. These master strikes will slay your typical foe quite quickly, or they can give you more space or some other advantage. But they are very difficult to perform when you first learn them. However, we are the RPG, so if you train a little, your gaming character gets used to these techniques, and they become much easier to perform. And you can always bring a big heavy shield, and you don't need to learn this fancy stuff, or just get a bow and shoot everyone, or get them from behind when they are sleeping or fighting someone else. All these techniques, parrying, master strikes or combo strikes, are based on real historical martial arts. We worked with experts to make fighting in Kingdom Come as real as possible. And it's still a lot of fun.
So, that's our combat system. It took a lot of people, a lot of effort to create something unique, complex and as close to the real thing as possible. But intuitive and accessible at the same time. But I believe that we nailed it. Thanks for watching and bye.
So that wraps up 8 great game trailers from this last week. What do you think? Which trailers did you enjoy the most this week? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.